It's Sassy, Geom teacher today, working with you on what's called partition, also known as directed line segment. Your goal is to find this point that's going to break up a segment given the ratio. This example has a ratio of 2 to 3, whereas A is your negative 6.5, B is 4.0, and it's in the ratio of AP is to PB. So that first letter A is always your initial value of your starting point. So when I already did a little graph, that means here at A is my initial point of where am I starting. And then the segment goes to B. So if it's in the ratio of 2 to 3, the first thing I do is look for the total number of parts. So 2 to 3 is the breakup of the segment. Therefore, if it's 2 to 3, my total is 5. So the first thing I do is say that my total parts are 5. Again, where am I getting that from? Right here. If I took 2 to 3 and added them together, I'm getting that 5 value. So that value we're going to work with finding your x and finding your y. Also, you want to look for your points of A and B. What you're going to do is find the horizontal distance and the vertical distance. You can use either the graph or you can use the coordinates mathematically. So the first thing, this is step by step of what to do. Your first step is to find the ratio of AP, so from A to P. My initial value of A to P is that 2 in my ratio. So always that first number, assuming that it's AP, A being my starting value, it's a PB. So that 2 comes over then your 5. That 5 is your total. You're going to use the 2/5 to find both your x and your y. So I like to set it up so I'm not making a silly mistake that I'm using the 2/5 to find my x and the 2/5 to find my y. From there, I want to find out the run or again the horizontal distance. So if I'm doing it graphically, I can just count on my graph how many points over am I going from A to B. So if I'm doing it that way, I would have 10 units for my run. Mathematically, if I look at my x values in my coordinates, which are from -6 to 4, how would I find the 10 mathematically? I would do x2 minus x1. So that's your second option where I'm getting the 10 from, which was again 4 minus -6. Hence, isn't that still going to be 10? 4 minus -6 is again going to turn to 4 plus 6. So that again is the x2 minus x1. How you can get that run value. Or again, graphing it. So I'm going to take that 10 value and I'm going to multiply it to that fraction of the ratio that I'm working with. It may be easier to put the 10 over 1 so you don't make a fraction mistake. You're multiplying across and across the denominator and then simplifying. Your other option is you can reduce your fraction first, so then you're dealing with smaller numbers. If that doesn't work for you, then multiply across and simplify. So if I'm multiplying across, that would be 20 over 5, which equals 4. Option 2 is reduce first, meaning 5 goes into 10 2 times, and there would be still a 1 left over, and then 2 times the 2 is your 4, 5 times 1, isn't that just going to give you then 4 over 1? So it depends what you want to do. So that 4 value now, I'm going to take, so that answer, my initial point is A. I'm going to add to this 4 my initial x value, which is -6. So 4 plus that initial value of -6 is -2. So that's already giving you your x coordinate for that partition point. I like to build my answer as I go. So I'm going to obviously call it point P, knowing now that that -2 is my x coordinate. You're going to repeat the process to do your y. The difference is you're going to obviously use the y values for your rise. And again, if you're doing it mathematically, you're doing y2 minus y1. You're still using the 2 over 7 value as we had it set up. Oh, sorry, 2 over 5. So we're taking that 2 over 5 and multiplying that by my rise. So again, that was my rise, this was my run. So I'm rising up, how many units? If you want to do it graphically, I'm rising up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or mathematically, I can also do y2 minus y1 for my rise. Looking at those coordinates, you would have the 0, my y2, minus the -5. So 0 minus -5 is 5, which again was the counting on the graph. So if you like again doing it that way, 0 minus -5 is still that 5. So I'm taking that 5 value and multiplying to that same fraction 2/5. So the 5, if you want to put it over 1, make your life easier to not make a fraction mistake when multiplying. Again, if you use my strategy first by simplifying, I would see that 5 divided by 5 would be 1. Multiply across, that would just be 2 over 1, which is 2. Or you can go again, multiply your numerator, multiply your denominator. So if you're multiplying your numerator, you would have 10 over 5, which still reduces to the 2. So now you're taking the 2 value and you're going adding that to your initial y value. So your initial point for A was -6, -5. The y value is that -5 number. So I'm going to take my 2, add it to -5. 2 plus -5 is -3, which is my y value for our wonderful point P, which would be -2, -3.